Welcome to Mom's True Tea, the podcast where moms can spill the true tea on various thought-provoking topics and challenge beliefs about motherhood and life authentically, unapologetically, and without judgment. I'm your host, Kendall Lasha Williams. Today's episode, Mom's True Tea, is about processing the loss of an already estranged parent. Like, how do you process the loss of an already estranged parent? I was driving to my office the other day. It was actually the day after Father's Day, and listening to the radio as I always do. And I'm listening to the host, and he's sharing how he had an amazing Father's Day and how his children had surprised him and his nieces and nephews, and how they just all gathered around and had food and fun and just really had a great time. And it triggered my emotions and made me think of my dad. My emotions were based on the fact that I don't remember ever really getting the chance to celebrate him on Father's Day. You know, my dad was estranged for a majority of my life due to my parents being divorced, and he battled with drug addiction for a long time, and he was incarcerated also for the majority of my teen years up into my adulthood. He actually passed in prison in 2014. And then I realized that I would never be able to celebrate him because he's passed away now. It made me feel sadness that there would be no Father's Day cards or buying ugly ties that he probably would never wear. There would be no dinners. There would be no celebrations, or even me just being able to pick up the phone to give him a call and say Happy Father's Day. And I didn't realize until that very moment how much I missed having a dad in my life. Since the anniversary date of my dad back in April, he has, for some reason, been heavily on my mind and on my heart. Maybe he's trying to communicate with me. And even more after doing the episode on finding grace for our parents. If you haven't listened to the episode, I encourage you to do so. Sometimes it's hard to understand why or how you could mourn someone who wasn't really present for you in your life. That person that missed important milestones or important moments in your life, like graduation, like getting married, like having your first child. And it's difficult to express the emptiness or pain you feel when that already estranged parent is no longer present in your life, already from the abandonment perspective. But now that parent is gone for good because they passed away. It's actually like being abandoned twice. And when I talk to others who have lost a parent, I sometimes feel guilty, like I can't share my emotions or the void or sorrow that I feel because their dads were present in their lives and they had these amazing relationships with their dads. But then I had to think, like, it's still a loss of a parent, whether they are estranged or whether they have been present or not. This is still someone who you already didn't have in your life, and now they're gone. So there's no space to amend or space for them to actually be a part of your life because they're gone. And it doesn't negate how your heart could still hurt because of the loss of that parent. Like, I know once a parent has abandoned us, we go through our lives and we try to either push down the emotions affiliated with that, or we try to navigate it in a way that we just go through our lives like, okay, this person isn't present, I have to keep it moving. And people handle abandonment in different ways. It's either you're the person that's going to keep it moving like me, or you're that person that it really, really affects you and it has trickled into your adult life. And I think it has to some degree from the abandonment perspective. However, again, a loss is a loss. My drive that morning, it came with this overwhelming wave of emotions. I cried on that entire drive. I cried my makeup off actually. But one thing that did come from that drive was my opportunity to talk to my dad, trusting that he heard me and that he saw my tears, that he felt my broken heart. I wished him a happy Father's Day. I told him again that I forgave him for not being present and that I wish that I understood more outside of the addiction why he couldn't be present, but that I loved him and I trust that he was finally free, that he was happy, and that he had peace wherever he is. I told him that although he wasn't present much when he was living, that I trust that he's with me now, that he's watching over me and protecting me like I always wanted as a little girl, and that he was standing on business about his baby girl. You know, to those of you who share a similar story of being estranged from a parent or feeling abandonment from a parent, and now that parent has passed away, I want you to know that it's okay to feel that lingering emptiness, to allow yourself the space to grieve, to process those complex emotions, but also to work on your healing. Remember, our parents are still watching over us. I have to believe that. They see us now. They see those milestones and those moments that are amazing to us that we think in our minds during the time that we wish they were present. They are. So take comfort in that thought and give yourself the grace that you deserve. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so blessed to have a community where I can show up as my most authentic self because I don't know what else to be. Don't forget to favorite the show, leave a review, and subscribe to the podcast on your favorite streaming platforms to stay up to date on new episodes. Subscribe to my newsletter at momstruetea.com. Follow us on all socials at MUMSTRUETEA, and be sure to share and stay tuned for more thought-provoking topics and real talk on Mom's True Tea with Kendall Lasha. Until next time, remember, you need you just as much as anyone else, so stop playing about you, okay?